Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Marnie and I'm here with you through thick and thin. I believe in our ability to build a happier world together, and that includes building a happier and healthier relationship with oneself. I love nothing more than doing random acts of kindness for people. I love the look on people's faces when, for example, you drive through McDonald's drive-through when you're picking up a coffee and you say, I'll pay for the car behind me. And generally it's a young person who is behind the counter, and often you're greeted with things like, really? Yep, really. But they've ordered XYZ. Yep, that's okay. I'm picking up that person's meal. And their faces generally light up. And then when the car behind comes to the window to pay and they find out that their order's been paid for, you get a toot 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 with a mad wave, as a thank you, and their face is beaming. Walking past somebody in the street who's doing a bit tough and giving them a couple of dollars, just it really, I don't know, it's my go-to feel-good place. Especially if I'm having a bad day, I'll take myself off and do something for someone because it always ultimately makes me feel so much better. Yeah, so more about that later anyway. And yeah, I'm a big believer in supporting people, anyone, in any way that I can. So why this channel? Well, I guess a bit about me is that I lost 70 kilos in 10 months through healthy food and a lot of exercise, and with the support of some good people around me. And yeah, was feeling pretty good about myself for losing the 70 kilos. Although in hindsight, looking back, I didn't necessarily lose the 70 kilos for me, which was probably part of the, I guess, challenge for me. And COVID hit, which I don't need to talk about COVID. We all have lived through that. COVID hit and I put the 70 kilos back on, as well as dealing with some personal challenges, such as losing someone who was very close to me, as well as my 32-year relationship breakup, and juggling with a really stressful job where I was working a lot more hours than I was being paid for. Something happened in my personal life which sort of pushed me over the edge. It was like the final straw, I guess, the camel that broke the straw that broke the camel's back, so to speak, and that pushed me over the edge. And I, for the first time in my life, found myself suffering from depression and anxiety. So they are two things that I'd never, ever experienced, although I had supported other people through, or support them as best as I could. But I guess not having gone through it, I didn't always necessarily understand how crippling it can be. And if that sounds over dramatic, I don't mean it to be, but it can be. There was some days I found myself, I really could not get myself out the front door. I was dressed and ready to go to work, and front door was open and I could not get myself through it. That's how bad I felt some days. And I was really fortunate to have the right support for me, and I managed to come through that. Actually, I was very fortunate to come through that without medication. I came through it purely with support. Now, I'm not suggesting for a minute that that's going to work for everybody, because it just won't. But I was fortunate enough that that worked for me. And my doctor knew me well enough, knew me long enough, knew me well enough to know that I was going to get through it. And he kept telling me that, reminding me that, even on days when I didn't quite think that was going to be the case. And I now have learned tools, and I'm, I guess, in a very different space about myself, which I'll talk more about later on as well. But I can say with absolute conviction that while I might have some bad days here and there where I'm not feeling so great, I honestly know in the pit of my stomach that I will never, ever suffer from depression and anxiety again. So that's I guess, something I'd like to share with you. Again, not saying that, my experience is everyone else's experience, but, maybe it'll give some people some hope. And then on the 1st of January 2024, I had made the decision that I was going to get back on the weight loss journey, because I want to be the healthiest and happiest version of me that I can be. And I want to feel comfortable in my own skin, whatever size I am. And I guess the shift from before to now is that before, even as I was losing weight, even when I'd lost the 70 kilos, I didn't always look in the mirror and like what I saw. Even at my smallest, I still didn't necessarily like what I saw. And part of that's because I actually didn't work on myself. Yes, I'd lost a lot of weight, but I didn't work on me. So I've since been doing a lot of work on me, and now, even though I'm nowhere near the weight that I will be by the end of the year, I can look in the mirror now and I can be comfortable with what I'm seeing and who I'm seeing stare back at me. So I decided that this time around, when I get back on the weight loss journey, I'm going to take it much slower. Part of that is health related. My knees are absolutely shot. My own fault. I did it running and not resting properly, running on them. And yeah, so again, talk about that later. But so yeah, I can't hit exercise the way that I did last time, but also I don't want to. It's not sustainable, I don't think, to lose weight that quickly and keep it off. You've got to work. It's more than just losing weight. You've got to work on other elements of you. Otherwise, like me, you put it back on. So I'm doing it much slower this time. And since the 1st of January, I weigh in once a month, and yesterday's weigh-in, I have lost 18.15 kilos. So yes, it's very slow. I could do it much quicker than I'm doing it, but this is what I want and it's working for me. So I'll be sharing some of my challenges, some of my triumphs, and everything in between that. And yeah, some things will be a little bit raw to talk about. Some things will probably be a little bit difficult for people to hear. That's okay. I'll always keep it honest with you. So anything I do say will be from the heart. No intention to upset anyone or annoy anyone, but it'll be from the heart. And I just want to also say, like, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a medical practitioner. I'm not a counselor. I'm just a regular everybody. And I'll be talking about things that I've done, what's worked for me, what hasn't worked for me, why it hasn't worked for me, and yeah, and sharing that. And if I can help even just one person feel better about themselves, achieve a goal that they're trying to achieve, live a bit happier in their skin, live a bit happier in their life, then that'll make me happy. Because at the end of the day, I really just want us all to just live the best lives that we can possibly live. And I just want us all to be happy and healthy and make the most out of every day. And that's something that I didn't do for quite some time. I was going through the motions, but I wasn't living. And yeah, really fortunate to get the right help, have the right people around me, and really change things up. So I'm here. I'll be posting videos on this channel. Please feel free to subscribe and please bear with me. I'm not, this is my first time of doing this. So, is it a bit clumsy? Yes. Will it improve over time? I promise. I will get better at this, but yeah, right here, right now, this is my first one. And so, like I said, I'm going to keep it honest. So you're getting me honest, raw. Um, and yeah, if there's anything particular that you want to ask about, know about, or get some support with, please reach out. My email address is on the page. I'll either respond directly to you or discuss it in a video. If it's something that I think is could be helping lots of people. So please stick with me. And yeah, this is going to be more than just weight loss, more than just me talking about getting through depression and anxiety. There'll be lots of things we'll talk about. We'll talk about, marathon running. I ran my first marathon in New York back in 2017. And then in 2019, I ran a number of marathons. Pretty much felt like running back-to-back marathons. I'm not saying everyone should run a marathon, but for me, that was my thing. And next year, I'm going to run another marathon with my friend Nat. We've committed to that, and I'm super looking forward to shedding this weight and starting to train with her and So there'll be lots of things we'll talk about, but yeah, please stick with me, and yeah, I'll see you next time. So in the meantime, whatever you're doing, please stay safe, and I hope that you're doing something that lights a fire in your belly and makes your heart sing. If by some chance you're looking at this and you're not having such a great day, then please know that there are better days coming. I promise you they definitely are, even if it doesn't feel like it right in this minute. There are better days that are coming. So please subscribe and stick with me, and I'll see you soon. Bye.